Wilderness Innovation. Real survival kits. Survival shelter. Simplifying survival at wildernessinnovation.com.
Hello, Perry Peacock here. Hey, I want to ask a question. You ever used one of these before? You know, it's been a long, I got to thinking the other day, you know, it's been a long time since I actually used a match, probably years. And when I was growing up, that used to be the big thing, you know. It used to be the macho thing, can you light a fire with one match? So I want to talk to you about matches today, and they're very cheap. You get about 750 of these for $2.50. Works really well. So let's talk about matches. Well, when you look at a match, you know, the front of it you've got a striker right here, and this is a strike anywhere match. And when you strike that either on the box or on a zipper, a pair of Levi's, or a rock or whatever, you know, that'll fire this thing off. That'll flame up, and your wood will start burning. And your wood is really like kindling. So in a match, you have kindling, you have a method of starting a flame, all in one thing, and you know, this match will burn for 30 seconds or so. And you know, with wooden matches, there's really, if you really think about it, there's really only one problem with them, and that is if that match gets down here in the water and gets wet and everything, then you go to try to strike it, you know, nothing happens. So that's really the big problem. If this match gets wet, then it's kind of useless. But you know, it's very easy to take care of that problem. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how to wax coat your matches. And I like to use beeswax or a blend of paraffin and beeswax. The beeswax melts at a higher temperature than regular paraffin wax, which kind of makes it nice. You know, if you get a really hot day and your stuff is heavily wax coated, this stuff's not going to melt, you know, very easily like a regular paraffin wax. So let me show you how you do that. You got to use a little bit of caution here in order to do it safely. Alright, so in order to melt wax safely, what you want to do is you want to be able to use a double boiler. So I'm just doing this in a real crude way because I'm only just doing a little bit for this demo, but you just get a pan or a can with a little bit of water in the bottom and set it on a burner. I'm just going to put the wax, I'm going to cut off some shavings, put in there, and just let that sit in the water and just let it kind of melt down like that. So let's get on to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just take this block of beeswax here, and I'm just going to shave off some pieces like this. I mean, I could just put some chunks in there, but this stuff will melt a lot easier a lot quicker if you just kind of shave it down a little bit. Okay, here's our wax in here. I got this can, little soup can, about a third full of wax shavings. I'm going to go ahead and get that melted down, and we'll go to the next step here. Alright, that water down in there is about boiling. So I'm going to take my shavings right here. Alright, it's in there. Starting to melt down a little bit. I just put this little rod in there because it keeps that can from tipping over. But normally I do this some other way, but I'm just making up a little tiny batch today for this video. Okay, so what I like to do is I like to put these in here, and I like to skip about every other corrugation in the cardboard here. That way it gives you can slice it with a knife right there, and you can separate these things out. Alright, so here we go. Here's a whole row of these done. I'll just slice these into smaller pieces here. Okay, I like to clip these things in groups of about 3 or 4 matches. I don't know. I like 3. I'm going to wind up with 2 at the end here, but it's alright. So there we go, right there. a bunch of these guys here ready to go in the wax dip here. Alright, I'm going to just reach down in here. There's my can of molten wax. And I'm just going to, you could just dip the heads in there, but I like doing it just like that right there. Alright, so I'm just going to reach down in here, and there's my wax coated matches. So those things will be waterproof, plus I've got this extra cardboard for some extra burn on them. So, you know, I can drop a bunch of those down in there and do that, and that works just great. Now something else you can do, and this is what people used to do more than anything, is just dip the head of the wax or the match down in there and then just let that cool, and that's really good enough. If you keep this coating right here and a little bit of the wood from getting moisture, this thing will strike all the time very easily. You know, you can even dip several at a time if you want to. Stick them down in there. Alright, so here I've got some stuff for some regular fires, just the wax coated with beeswax, which I like that a lot better than just the paraffin wax. And then we've got these for a little bit tougher fires. Alright, so we're just going to scrape around here. Scrape some of that off of there. Very good. And I just strike it. There we are. See how easy that is? And that'll burn really nice. I like that wax coating on there, especially that beeswax, because that really makes it burn real nice, I think.